just finished this 4-pound Warren and I'm wanting to try it out, so let's give it a go on this maple. Little miss. Timber is so small that it just splits itself when you're cutting it. It's funny. Gotta be careful. It's cutting a little too fast. Oh, that's what I was trying to be careful of. There's not a lot of rocks in the dirt here, but let's do a check. Yep, a little damage. But that's where there was a little damage before. So I just sharpened this, and before there was a little damage right here on the toe, and now there's still some damage, and I did a pretty good job at the edge. I even put a little bit of a secondary on it. Fortunately, the toe here has some soft metal. I should probably put a really big secondary bevel and maybe blend it in. When you're working with a sharp axe, you really want to be careful. You want to really make sure that whatever you're holding it in while you're sharpening, it is not going to release suddenly. So check this. It's a little bit weak. So let's go back to the drawing board here. There we go. And you know, just moving around next to this thing is precarious. So take out this small file here. My issue, like I said, is the toe right here is too soft. So I can actually feel on the other side that it rolled over, the edge rolled over. So I need a big primary, big secondary bevel, but I don't need it all the way around. So I'm going to try to keep it to, let's see, I'm going to try to keep it to about just here. Okay. When you're cutting with files, it's just a better practice to go towards the edge than away from it when it comes to a burr, but it's not super important. You don't always have to do that, especially if you're at an awkward angle. The nice thing about this vise is that it can rotate, so I can kind of get in different angles easily. So let's see if I could feel. I don't think I'll be able to feel where. Let's just, oh, you know what? I could just feel the burr. So it stops about right here. I think this is a pretty good idea here. It doesn't need to be crazy. The only thing is the the toe does a lot of work. So it's nice for a sharp toe. It's honestly pretty shit when your toe isn't sharp. Okay, I'm feeling the burr again. Flippity dippity. Oh yeah, now we're getting smooth. One thing you might want to do is brush the shavings off, the file shavings. And you want to always go away from the edge when you're doing anything. I mean, that's a rule of thumb. You're not always doing that, but when you're cleaning up, just make sure you're not going towards that edge or even across the edge. It's super easy to hurt yourself. Now, if I go like this, it's harder to hurt myself. But if I go towards it, it's a lot easier. So I'm just being careful around it. And actually, I can finish this edge by hand and not hold it in the vise. So let's get that together. Let me show you guys something cool. You ever want to take a file out of its handle? See if that got it. Yep. There we go. Let's get a smaller file handle here. Let's go with this one. This is a very nice little handle. I like this one. Okay. Now, let's feel for the burr. Feel for the burr. Okay, so I feel the burr on this side. I'm always trying to keep tight to my body because it's easier to hold things tight to your body. So let's figure out how we're going to do this. So I'm going towards the axe pole from bit to pole, and I'm going to really softly, barely put any pressure on, and then we flip to the other side. And this way you put the handle on your shoulder, or you know, you figure it out, but my elbow is to my hip. And just back and forth until there's no burr left and it's relatively faded in. Good with stickiness for how thin the axe is. It's a nice chip. The edge held up pretty well. No rolls. It might look messed up, but all good. It wasn't a huge test, but I mean, 14-inch, half a buck of 12-inch diameter silver maple. It's a decent test. If it's gonna roll right away, usually the stuff that rolls right away. Stuff that chips might take a little longer. This is a soft problem, not a brittle problem. Just to show you guys the profile, it's kind of hard to tell with so little light. It's pretty thin, but it did nicely.